Hello Aries, and welcome to my channel Inspiring Life Changes. My name's Colette and I'm here today to do a reading for all you Aries out there. Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp Aries. If you don't know where those placements are, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check that out. I would particularly recommend at this time that you check out your Venus sign, because this is a Venus retrograde reading that I'm doing. It's a follow-on from the readings that I did previously of the you and question mark love readings. I thought I would go a bit deeper into the actual Venus retrograde energy. Venus is going to be retrograde up until the 23rd, so there's only a couple of days left before Venus will station direct, and then she will begin her journey back across the spot that she's already been through. So this will be the third time that Venus will be moving over this same spot. So I may carry on doing Venus readings after that as well until she gets out of shadow. I'm not quite sure. But at this moment in time, Venus, just before she's going retrograde, is a good time to finish off these readings. So also you cross watchers out there who are in a relationship with an Aries, have been in a relationship with an Aries, or you want to be in a relationship with an Aries, you may also want to go and check out that natal link down below as well, so that you too can check out your Venus sign as well and see the bigger picture of what's happening at this moment in time as well. It's always a nice thing to know where your natal planets lie. So this reading, I have separated, as with all my Venus retrograde readings, separated this suit of cups from the deck of the Mythic tarot that I use. And today, Aries, you have got Two of Cups in reverse. Now the Two of Cups is an initial attraction. It's when two people see each other. It's when that initial spark happens, but when it's in reverse, it can also imply that one person is more aware of their feelings than the other person. In fact, when it's in reverse, the other person may not even be aware yet of how this other person is feeling about them as well, because they haven't actually approached the other person yet to see or to let them know how they're feeling. So they may also be kind of holding back and watching the situation or watching this person. It can also imply, when it's upside down, that there has been a relationship that is now kind of no longer fully a relationship, in the sense that you may still be together, but you're together more in the sense of neither of you want to move on from this. Both of you are kind of stuck in that attraction to each other. So it's like something that hasn't really gone far enough to develop before it kind of has maybe come to a close, or something has happened that has turned it from being an attraction to being kind of two people separating. But like I said, this is more of a physical separation than it is a kind of mental or emotional separation. It's like the feelings are still there. So emotionally, there is still an attachment. There's still an attraction between these two people here. So I'm going to take one deck of cards and read them as your cards, Aries. And the other deck of cards I will be reading for the cross-watcher, the person that you have an emotional or energetic connection to. Sometimes my words come out like I put two words together and make up a whole new word. So although kinetic is an actual word, I do believe it's a kind of mixture of energetic and connection in my head. So I apologise for that, Aries. What I meant was an energetic connection that you have to this person here. Let's see what's happening in your life, Aries. at this time of Venus retrograde. What is the situation for Aries when it comes to this person that they are either in a relationship with or wanting to be in a relationship with? Again, this can be the cross watcher as well. So if you feel that your reading is more in these cards, cross watcher, then that's fine. Just literally swap them over, because sometimes you do find that your message is within the other deck of cards. And also, talking about messages being elsewhere, you may also want to check out the signs that resonate with your, like I said, your Venus or your moon or your rising that I've already put out there. And I've got, after this, I've got one more reading that I'm going to be putting out. So if Aries, for yourself, if you're at the beginning end of Aries, like the 0 point of Aries, moving away from the Pisces energy, you might want to check out the Piscean reading that I have done, which is uploading at this moment in time, although as I'm speaking now it probably hopefully has already uploaded. And if you're at the 29 degrees 57 58 moving into the Taurus energy, Aries, you may well want to check out that reading as well, which is yet to come, that you may find your message there. So we have the Moon card as your center, your heart energy, at the very center of this reading. And the Moon, interestingly enough, we've got a new moon tomorrow in Cancer. The Moon represents the energy of Cancer. So you may be feeling highly emotional at this moment in time. You may be feeling overwhelmed with your emotions. And like I was saying, there may also be secrets here as well. There may be things that are being kept back. Somebody may not be being completely open and honest and truthful about their feelings towards somebody here, Aries, or somebody has found out something about this energy here and it has closed them off, separated this relationship. But the Moon is often a time of not knowing. It's a time of, can be a time of confusion, and there's a lot of confusion around at this moment in time as it is. So if you're picking up on this energy, Aries, this is why you're going to be feeling very overwhelmed. She also has this veil here, which kind of speaks to the kind of illusionary, secretive, things not being revealed side of things. And there's also a sense of cycles within this card as well, that things kind of go in cycles, and sometimes you have to just allow things to become complete as well. Because although it looks like a full moon here, there is also this crescent moon that you can see there. So it is talking about these kind of different stages of life maybe even, or different stages within your relationship. That it hasn't kind of got to the point of that kind of blossoming stage yet, and that's kind of what I was picking up earlier. That things haven't been allowed to kind of get to a point of real fruition maybe. You could be feeling as well, Aries, as though you are being kept in the dark about something. That you don't have all the information, you don't have all the pieces, you're trying to put it together, you're trying to make sense of it. You're not sure if what you're actually feeling and thinking is right because you don't have all that information. So when you're trying to put it together, a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, if you don't have all the pieces, you can't see the whole complete picture. So that could also be what this moon is saying here as well. It is a new moon that we're coming into, so it is a new moon, represents new beginnings, but it's also a dark moon when it's a new moon, so it's also a time of withdrawing within, and our emotions become much more retrospective. We're less likely to be emotionally expressive, so you may be feeling that. Sorry, I'm just going to pick up my card, which I believe has disappeared under the table somewhere. I picked up one, but I thought there was two. I sworn there was two cards. Nope, doesn't appear to be. Oh, hang about. Yes, there was, and I found it. I thought there was. Okay, so back to your reading, Aries. So you have over the top of you, this challenging card here for me is the truth card. It's the wanting to see the truth, wanting to understand. The Ace of Swords is all about, like I was saying, new beginnings. It is a new beginning energy. And because it's a challenge here, somebody, and quite possibly yourself, Aries, I feel is wanting to take a leap forward, but they're wanting to do so with all that information, with the truth behind them, before they take action. Or before you, Aries, take action. But it's also come out with the 10 of air as well. So that's really interesting because you've got this this new energy here, and this old energy here of completion and releasing and letting something go. So you literally leap from this new beginning right up to this completion. It's almost like whatever comes through here, this information, it's like it's going to completely change the whole outlook, the whole landscape, the whole everything about this relationship. And I also feel it's going to let you release and relinquish all of these stresses that you've been carrying. The feathers are representations of swords, and the swords represent the mind, the thoughts, the worries, the kind of things that that play over and over and over in our heads that we can't let go, we can't put it down. We want resolutions, we want to know the truth, we want to see the bigger picture. So this is the challenge. This is what you're wanting in a way. This is what I feel, Aries, you're looking to achieve at this time. It's like you just want to know. I get this feeling of like, I just want to know. I just want to know. And it's almost like I just want to know if what I'm feeling is real, is true, is right, is it's like I just want to know if it makes sense. And when that Ace of Swords comes in, it's like it just cuts through everything. It just cuts through all of it, I feel. So in your head, Aries, here is this energy of wanting equal give and take, wanting to be able to give as much as you take and take as much as you give. So you want balance here. You want that word that I often stumble over when I try to say. You want things to be reciprocated. You want to be able to share completely who you are. You want to be able to open up and share yourself in many ways, not just financially, not just materially, although it is the Earth card. This is also about values and what you value and why you value it. But what I'm kind of picking up here as well is that you want to be able to share. You want everything out in the open. It's kind of what I'm feeling here. And you want this other person to be able to do exactly the same with you. There is a strong element, I feel, of this kind of truth, of this kind of, because I'm seeing all these little bits here as parts of yourself here, Aries. Like, this is me, this is me. It's like, you know, you revealing all this stuff, and it's kind of like saying, look, you know, this is who I am. You either take it as I am or you don't, kind of energy. But at the same time, if I'm going to do this for you, you need to be able to do this to me. You need to stop holding back. Or this is what you're wanting. Whether or not you're having that conversation is another matter. But what's in your head is this complete open, no holds barred kind of yeah, nothing hidden, nothing but the truth is what I'm feeling. Nothing but the truth will do. If this is going to move forward with this Two of Cups. Because you're both holding on, well, I say you're both holding on to your cups. This other person actually doesn't have their cup because they are actually bound. They're actually bound up here as well. So that's another interesting fact here as well, that one person on whichever side doesn't have the same amount of freedom. And maybe this is the person who's keeping things to themselves here. The person that's keeping their emotions and maybe even parts of their life story as well. Like they're not ready or willing or able to open up fully. But that's what you're wanting. We have the Queen of Fire, and that is the exact kind of energy which I'm talking about. It's like the flame of her heart chakra here is completely illuminated. It's like she's completely standing in her power, in her kind of creative space. Very Aries card, in fact. Energy of Aries. All the fire signs, Leo and Sagittarius energy here. But I feel that this is your energy here, Aries. It doesn't have to be female. Again, masculine, feminine, doesn't really make any difference. It's about the energy around the card. And it is about this kind of illuminating her heart. It's about sharing her heart. But at the same time, she's also protecting her heart. But there is this sense of, you can have my heart, but I have to be able to trust you with it. And because once I give my heart to you, I will find it very difficult to I will find it very difficult to be able to trust again in many ways. So there's also an element of, you know, I'm also picking up this sense of like, you know, it's here, it's waiting, now it's up to you. It's like it's up to you. If you look at her face, the way that she's kind of looking, it's kind of saying like, you know, it's up to you. It's here, it's waiting, the next step is yours. The next move is down to you. What are you going to do? So in the subconscious realm, because that placement was for where the energy that you've been working with and working through Aries. And I think you're kind of coming to terms with the fact that this person does have a place in your heart, deeply within your heart. They are kind of embedded and ingrained in your heart, that you've opened your heart up to this person. And you want them to do the same. At the subconscious realm, there is this feeling of being trapped in many ways by this. The Eight of Air, the Eight of Swords, it does imply a situation where you are trapped, but you're trapped because you kind of allow that energy to be there. You kind of allow yourself to stay, like she's up here, up on this cloud, and she's kind of throwing these feathers down, almost like she's choosing to kind of, how can you put it, choosing to sabotage in some ways her ability to fly or leave the situation. Again, mentally, this can relate to the mind as well. And the fact that you keep going over the same old thing time and time again, and just maybe keep coming up with the same answers because you're not getting all the picture here as well. But I'm getting this sense of almost like a Jack and the Beanstalk kind of energy as well, in a way. It's kind of like removing yourself away, taking yourself out of being easily related to or easily communicated with. But that doesn't mean that you've closed off, because I don't feel that you have closed off, particularly with this Queen of Fire here. I don't think you've closed off, but I think you've kind of made yourself a lot less available, Aries. I think that's what this is saying. It's kind of saying, you know, how willing are you to climb up here to me? That's kind of what I'm getting from this today. Will you make the effort? Am I worth the effort to you, even? So you could be kind of testing this person, Aries. But the question is does this person know that's what is even happening? Are they aware of this? Are they aware that that's part of what's going on here? But I do feel the more I kind of get into the actual energy here, I do feel that there is that kind of thing at play here, that somebody's kind of testing somebody else. And I do feel it's your energy here, Aries, because you're the one here. I feel that this is more your energy here. Because you have the wings here as well. Oh, sorry, wrong way around. The wings here as well. You're the one that has been able to kind of remove yourself from this situation, while this other person is kind of bound by their emotional, possibly their past, their history, patterns, stories. Or it may be that you haven't actually approached this person even yet, and they may not even know that this is how you're feeling, that it's opened up your heart and you're wanting to go further with it, but you may be feeling reluctant or that you can't. We have the Six of Fire in reverse here. Six of Wands, a card of victory, but when it's in reverse, it's more about this kind of energy of deflation. It's more about this kind of feeling of being let down. Usually when it's a victory, it means that it's a sense or a time of things being out in the open and things being seen. And when it's in reverse, it feels to me as though things are kind of still not being resolved. Things still aren't being communicated here. Things maybe even are backfiring with this energy here as well. Maybe the kind of what you were hoping for here, Aries, which I feel is that for this person to reach out and actually make the effort, and for you to actually be able to say, okay, let's do something about this, let's talk about this. But with the Six of Fire in reverse, I do kind of get the feeling that this is kind of working against rather than with your energy here. So you may be feeling kind of deflated and kind of let down and kind of like this sinking feeling of what you were hoping the outcome was going to be, that you were hoping that this was going to be a victory, you were hoping that this was going to work out. It's still like a stuck energy, and I'm not saying that it's not working out. I just feel as though there's a stuck energy here, as though something isn't being looked at, resolved. You've got the Six of Earth and the Six of Fire here. So six is about a kind of balance. Evenness. So let's see what this other person that you have this connection with, Aries, what's at the centre of their reading? What's at the centre of their heart when it comes to Aries? Please, Venus retrograde reading. What is this other person that Aries has a connection with, both emotionally and energetically connected with? So the first card I see here is the Sun in reverse, and it kind of reminds me of this, and I was actually going to say something about how this looks to me like a sun, and how when the Sun is in reverse, it kind of does say that although there may be breakthroughs and there may be some kind of clarity here and some understanding, because you have the Sun and the Moon, although it's in reverse here, this Sun is in reverse. It is kind of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy here, which again is interesting because we do have this solar eclipse coming up tomorrow, which is all about the divine masculine and divine feminine. So it does also kind of relate to the kind of you know, this energy of being very powerful when you're together as a couple. But I kind of get a feeling that this does kind of eclipse this person's energy. That this moon energy, whatever this kind of maybe there's a very strong, because the moon does relate to the female energy as well, a very kind of maternal energy. So maybe there's opposing energies here as well, because I'm kind of feeling that this moon energy here kind of eclipses this. Maybe there is this kind of, this person here feels similar to this kind of feeling, that they're kind of bound or tied up or kind of unable to express themselves around you, Aries. Because that's kind of what I'm picking up here today, is literally this kind of moon being upright and the sun being in reverse, is that this energy here overpowers this energy here. So somebody may have very strong kind of female dominant energy here. I know the masculine energy can often be seen as being very dominant, but so can the female energy be. And the female dominant energy can be an energy of wanting to kind of mother, smother, kind of overprotect even. And actually not allow this person to shine. But it has come out with the Five of Staves over the top as well. So this is a card of adversity. This is a card of somebody having to kind of, it's the covering energy. So this is what they're having to face and what they're having to kind of obstacle they're having to get over here, Aries, is their inner doubts. They have a lot of inner doubts, a lot of, and again, the sun is there in the background, but the sun is kind of going down. So it could be that this person's feeling that the sun is going down literally on this relationship, and that they're having trouble. Because the Five of Wands is about our own fears. It's about the things that we have to kind of overcome within ourselves in order to be able to actually achieve something. It's self-doubt. A lot of self-doubt I feel with this energy here. Which is why I'm got that feeling about this moon kind of eclipsing all of this. There's a lot of self-doubt within this person. They're having to kind of battle with their own inner demons, their own inner fears, their own inner insecurities. That is their challenge at this time. And I feel it's got a lot to do with them being in a relationship. And maybe not just in a relationship with you, Aries, but in a relationship in general. Especially as Venus is retrograde as well, because when Venus is retrograde, it kind of has that ability to bring up all that emotional relationship, love related past issues. Yeah. I got Temperance in reverse here. There is definitely something not in balance for this person here. Definitely not. This is what's in their head and what they're aware of, because what you're wanting is this balance. That's literally, Aries, what you are wanting. You're wanting this balance. You're wanting equality, equal kind of give and take and flow. And but if you look here, the energy coming out of one side of our hand compared to the other side, that's even imbalanced as well. There's a lot, I feel, of disharmony within this person. But they're working through things. They're working through their own kind of having to stay patient as well with themselves. Holding things back, holding things in. I also feel as though it's not helping them mentally either. I don't feel as though it's helping their headspace or their kind of emotional well-being either. So I get the feeling that this person isn't in a particularly good space, but I don't feel as though it's just this relationship that's doing this. I think on some level it may be the relationship that's bringing this up, particularly as I was saying with the Venus retrograde. You've got the King of Cups here, which is a very emotional energy, and this is with the Queen of Fire here. So you've got a lot of passion and desire and driven by your need to express this energy, and this person is a lot more, they're working more on their emotional needs. I feel as though they're working on bringing their emotional needs into balance here, because something is out of balance for this person, whoever this person here is. And they're kind of reflecting on this cup energy here as well. Which here they can't even reach. They can't even reach it. They can't even get to it. They can't even, you know, because they're tied up by the past in many ways. But I do feel there is love here. I do feel that there is love and there is desire within this relationship. But I do feel that this person is working out. The King of Cups has come out upright as well, so it's not like this person isn't aware of their emotional needs and their emotional wants. You have the Moon again, but this time it's in reverse. And this is Diana, the hunter, or the huntress. In reverse. So there is, I feel, again, a lot of emotional similarities here as well. With the Moon card twice, but this person is also very confused because it's in reverse. This person is really confused and they're very much in their deeper subconscious feeling realm at this time. They've got the Sun and the Moon that has come out together, both in reverse. Both reversed energies here for them. And of course this card here in reverse as well, which talks about the masculine and the feminine and balancing the energies between the two. Often the Temperance card, as this is, also has a gold cup and a silver cup, which kind of relates to the masculine and the feminine energies. So this person has got a lot of imbalance emotionally going on here, but they are kind of working on it. I feel that they are working on it. They are wanting to bring things back together. And the Moon energy here as well could even relate to the like their emotions being of way out of balance as well. Their emotions, like they're, you know, they're kind of up here or down here, that they can't find that balance, that kind of middle ground. It's either one thing or the other. So they may have kind of really big mood swings as well, Aries. Either really up or they're really down. It's kind of hard for them to find that middle ground, I feel. What are you doing down there, card? Okay. So like I was saying, they do want to work on this. They do want to make it they do want to make it right. Because they've got the Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment, the energy of happiness. But it's in reverse. Just like your Six of Fire here. So this is ongoing, I feel. I feel that this is ongoing. I don't feel that you've reached a conclusion on this yet, either of you. I feel somehow that they also don't know if they can have you as their wish fulfillment. Is it even a possibility? Do you still want that even? Especially if there's nothing being expressed here. Which on some level I don't know if it is being expressed, because I feel that, like I was saying earlier, is that you have this kind of testing this person. You're kind of saying to yourself, well, you know, if they really care about me and if they really do want this, then they'll make the effort to come and get me, kind of thing. Whereas this person is kind of thinking, well, you know, if Aries is kind of taking themselves out of the picture, they obviously don't want the same thing that I want. So there's this kind of possible, I don't think it's game playing as such. I think it's just this real misunderstanding here. And I think it's due to lack of conversation, lack of actual communication. With this Ace of Swords at the beginning, or the Ace of Air, and the Ten of Air as being the kind of challenge for yourself, Aries, this energy going from the Ace to the 10. The challenge is for you to really bring this communication out and to kind of cut through everything. I think that's what this is saying here. This is your challenge. This challenge for you is to cut through it all and to release whatever it was from this past. Or to release even how you believe things are as well, because I feel that you may also have made up your own story around this as well, Aries, that you've kind of got your own little story going on in your head about how it is, because you don't have all the information, because you two aren't communicating. And you have the card of the full moon in Cancer. Well, we actually have a new moon in Cancer tomorrow, and this is saying a personal issue reaches resolution, which doesn't mean it's going to happen straight away. But the card of Cancer, or the full moon in Cancer, Cancer is all about the home, it's about safety, it's about security. So you may feel that on some level this person makes you feel comfortable, this person makes you feel at home, this person has a sense of like, of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Recognition within them, kind of something that stirs your heart and your soul and makes you just feel comfortable around them. But this other person may not be in that same energy as you are at this time, Aries. They may not have reached that point within them yet. But it doesn't mean that they won't or that they don't want to. So let's see what the light angels have to say to you here. They have to say quite a bit. So I'm going to read them as in two separate things because that's how it came out. So the first one is serenity. And serenity says, serenity bestows inner peace, tranquility and calmness of mind. When you feel serene, you are your own person, for nothing and no one can bother, upset or influence you. You are like a calm, clear lake, beautiful and peaceful to be with. Your quiet radiance brings hope and support to those who come within your aura. You attract respect and love from others, for all are calmed by you. As you become deeply serene and still, you connect to the higher powers of the universe for divine guidance, and your path in life becomes smooth and flowing. Quietly ask your angel to hold you in serenity. Affirmation, I am serene and still. I'm not sure who that one's meant for, but I get the feeling that the way that these have come out, 2 of them are meant for you, Aries, and 2 of them are meant for the person that you're connected with emotionally and energetically. So acceptance is saying acceptance means unconditional love. The angels remind you to accept everyone exactly as they are without judging, blaming or wanting to change them. When you are totally accepting, you bear no malice or enmity towards anyone or anything. Harmlessness, though, through acceptance is a high state of being, and this is a difficult quality for humans to embrace, for it is a divine quality. I'm going to read that again. Harmlessness through acceptance is a high state of being, and this is a difficult quality for humans to embrace, for it is a divine quality. Nevertheless, the angels are drawing it to your attention now. You are also asked to accept yourself. When you truly do so, you feel centered and confident, and your divine self is revealed. Affirmation, I accept myself and others. So, the other 2 we have come out here is vulnerability, which says only the brave and open-hearted dare to allow themselves to be vulnerable, for it requires courage to take down all walls and expose your humanness. Your angel guidance is to become aware of your defense mechanisms, which keep you separate from others and the divine. Ask your angels to help you dissolve your masks and barriers so that your fragile true self can emerge like a butterfly from its cocoon. The reward is freedom, love, and a sense of inner safety. So dare to be vulnerable and open. And the affirmation is vulnerability is my strength. And that is followed by celebration. So I'll just show you this one quickly. And then we have celebration, which is saying it is time for you to look for the joy, the delight and the wonder of every day and rejoice in it. When we celebrate the passing events and transitions of life, it is our way of giving thanks, and the angels delight with us. Whenever possible, celebrate with others, for then great energy is raised, which attracts many angels drawn by the laughter and lightness to add their blessings. It will bond you happily with others. And this, I feel, is this energy here. Because this is, if it's a victory, then you're going to want to celebrate it. So I feel that maybe what it's saying is that when this does change, you need to celebrate it. You need to kind of mark that change. Angel wisdom reminds you to celebrate and honour all things large or small in your life. Find something to celebrate now. And the affirmation is, my life is a celebration. So I feel somehow that these two cards here are for you, Aries. And these two cards here are for the cross-watcher or for the person that you have this connection with. There was a definite kind of separation with the two when they came out. So that's kind of what I'm feeling, is that two of these were meant for you and two of these were meant for somebody else. So I hope this reading has been of some help to you, Aries. Please, if you have liked my reading, could you thumbs it up for me? Like it so that it gets out into the bigger YouTube world where the algorithms can pick it up and then kind of push it further out into the YouTube world stage, so to speak. Also, could you subscribe to my channel, which really helps me to grow my channel as well. Thank you very much to those of you who have subscribed to my channel recently. I really do appreciate it. I am really trying to make it bigger, and hopefully as it grows I will be able to introduce other things into it as well. Also, could you tap the bell in order to get the videos that I will be releasing over the coming weeks. I will be doing more videos similar to this. I also will be doing a new moon solar eclipse in Cancer video, both the astrology. I will be doing that separately, and I will be doing a reading for it as well. So if you could also tap that bell, and then you'll know when those videos are coming out. Again, thank you very much for subscribing. And also, Aries, if you feel that this resonates with anybody else that you know, could you please share this reading with them so that they may also find some benefit of it? Like I was saying earlier, it is just a general read, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. So you may want to look at the other readings that I've already put out there, and those that I will be putting out. Like I was saying, the Taurus reading I will be putting out later as well. So in the meantime, Aries, I'm going to wish you all the best. So thank you very much for watching. Please take really good care of yourself and anybody else you can. And hopefully I'll see you again soon.